Good morning everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So as usual, starting off with Euro USD, and we can see here on the 8 hour we are still consolidating, and this is sort of the consolidation area that we're in at the moment. And I think the important thing to realize here is we have sort of, depends which way you want to look at it, but yeah, it could be channel into channel. So in other words, there's the one channel and we're breaking out into another channel, or a flag, also known as a butterfly. And there's quite a few different scenarios here. The other one is that you could see it as an inverse head and shoulders as well. So shoulder, head, shoulder. It doesn't really matter which way you look at it. It is a consolidation pattern. We are going sideways, and we are battling to kind of get above this area here. And I just want to swing to the left here, and you're probably going to have to swing for quite some time. Okay, so that is the area there that we are battling to get through. So you can see there was a previous swing low and another swing low, and we're going to need to do something like that. Just reduce that, and you'll see there was an area of consolidation in the past, and that's exactly where we are at the moment. Okay, so we are flirting with the underside of that consolidation area. So swinging down to the hour and just getting back to price action, we can see you can see we're a little bit all over the place. So big down, big up, big down, big up, above and below the moving average, kind of looking like we're aimless and we're not going anywhere. But what you need to see is that we are building higher highs. So there was a previous high, came down, higher high, higher low, and we are above the moving average at the moment. Moving average is starting to point to the upside. So for me at this stage, I think pullbacks are still the one that I want to be buying. That is the next area, which is 121.334. Alternatively, what I'm looking for is a break and retest of 121.652, and then my next step target is going to be 122.089. I do think we're going to hit 122 sometime this week. That at this stage, I think we are consolidating, so you need to look at it that way. And if you look at this on the hour, you can see there's your shoulder, there's your head, there's your shoulder. So we need to take out these highs here for us to continue the upside. When I say take out the highs, it needs to close above it, come back, test it, and then move the upside. So that's kind of the view that I have at the moment. Still looking to buy into Euro USD, but it's going to have to be a little bit more patient, I think, because we're going to have to wait for some kind of structure to happen. The converse is true though on US dollar Japanese yen. So if we were looking to buy into Euro USD, we'd be looking to sell USD JPY, and at the moment this is not an indication that we need to be selling. Okay, so you can see a pretty strong level of support here at 103.647. We've got this pin bar off there as well. The only thing that we do have at the moment is that we are below the moving average right now, and if I do that, we have a flat sort of bottom triangle forming. You could also argue that it's a head and shoulders that is slightly lower than this side. No, it's not. I lie. Sorry. So pretty much range. Forget about a head and shoulders. That is a range. I suppose you could make a merit for a shoulder and a double head shoulder, but we're just getting complicated there. So this is still in a range, but we are creating lower highs inside that range. So yeah, I would expect a move to the downside, but remember, when we've been looking at this for quite some time, looking at the weekly, the trend is down, the sellers are here. We do have a bit of, well, not a bit, we have quite a bit of resistance here at this level that we're at, okay, which is 103.647. So just popping back to the hour, that kind of squirts up above the moving average, holding the moving average. You would be forgiven if you're looking to buy into this at the moment. I'm not. The longer trend is still to the downside, so I'm kind of ignoring this move for now, and we'll wait and see what transpires. But I suspect if we do move to the upside, this area here, 104.494 or 104.500, is going to cap the upside move. Okay, there's nothing really, I mean, we're breaking through 1 hour levels at the moment. You can see, well, that is a 1 hour level. We haven't broken through it yet. So if we break through that, retest it, there's a long up to there. If we break below this, let me just put another noisy level in here. So if we break below this range, then I'd expect another attempt at 103.647. That's kind of the view that I've got there at the moment. Euro Aussie dollar is coming back into an area of what was support, and I'm looking to see if it's going to flip into resistance, and we need to just switch straight to the hour for that. Okay, so we are bouncing up at the moment. This is the area I'm watching, 161.591. Do have a little bit of a flag forming here as well. It doesn't look like we're potentially changing. We're above the moving average on the hour, but I would expect another push down from here. So 161.591 is the area that I'd expect a push down from. It could extend to 161.741. Stop area is going to be above this pin bar here. Okay, so any kind of bearish price action here, and we start making a lower low on the 1 hour bar, then that's an opportunity to get in short, pretty wide stop loss, and I'd be looking for a continuation to the downside. If we just get back to the 8 hour, just see if we can pick up a target here. We do have a few tails to the downside. Quite a few tails to the downside. So I would be expecting let's just do that and do that. So I'm just picking up an area where there's a lot of support and resistance, which is this area here, 161.188 and then 167.87. Those are the two areas to the downside, and you can see that's what held up price in the past. So I'd expect us to come back and start visiting these areas. Okay, if these areas, so if we get up to, get back on the hour so we're clear here. So we get back into the zone here at 161.741, and we turn around, we come back and we test this area here of 161.188, and it holds, then I would start looking at a trend reversal. But until then, I don't really have a confirmation of that. Okay, so that's kind of my view there. Totally confused on this one. There's merit for both moves. We move to the upside and the downside at the moment, but for the upside move, I'd want confirmation. So trade with the current trend, which is down, up until you get confirmation of a different setup. British pound, Japanese yen. So this is pretty much influenced by Brexit at the moment. Big up, big down, almost big up, almost big up, big confusion, massive gap. Still staying away from the pound at the moment. It's all noise right now. There's no real indication that we have something on the table, and this is kind of, I suspect this is going to continue until we get some kind of resolution. Okay, so that's kind of the zone that we're in at the moment. For me, break below 138.260 and retest it, then this gap is definitely on the cards. Break above 139.066 and retest it, then more than likely looking to come back up and test this area up here, which is 139.596. But for me, that's sit on hands until politicians sort out the Brexit noise. Aussie dollar, US dollar. So looking at the other dollar pairs, you would expect the Aussie dollar to move up stronger. At the moment, we are consolidating, we're ranging. Could be merit for a double top here. We are pretty far from the moving average as well, so I would expect a deep pullback. And the pullbacks that I'm kind of looking at is somewhere in those two areas there. If we just move across the hour, you'll see pretty much could be a double top here. Obviously, in order for that to play out, we need to break below this 075219. If we do break below that, I'd expect buyers to step in at 074856 and also possibly as low as 074556. This could also just turn out to be a range. Okay, so in other words, buyers step in here and we move back to the top and we just keep mucking around in here until we have, I think the only bit of noise we need to wait for out of the Europe now is the stimulus package, and the second bit is the vaccine, how that's rolling out. The elections are kind of confirmed now, but the next step is the stimulus package. So that's kind of what we're waiting for there. So again, I think that's just consolidation. So you want to go with the trend. The trend is up at the moment, but the question is whether you're going to be buying off 075219, or you're going to wait for 074856, or even further down at 074556. Okay, so consolidation, kind of staying away from that at the moment until that breaks out. British pound, Aussie dollar. Okay, be moving down quite swiftly. And then we had the Brexit noise, and then big up, and then a massive red range bar, which indicates complete confusion, and then inside bar and another green bar. So, yeah, some people are thinking that Brexit is finally over. I am not of that opinion. I think the politicians are still at it. And it does look like we've got a potential trend reversal. You can see how we track below the moving average for quite some time. Now we've come back, we've tested it a few times, we're holding here. So I suppose at face value, what I'd be looking for is this level to hold. And there hasn't been a decent setup off this level here. So 176907, I'd like to see price move a little bit higher, come back and test it properly. You know, kind of like it rejected it there. Just with a tail or something. I want to close above that level, and then we will see whether there's an opportunity for a move to the upside, and that would be 178211. I would be selling at that point. Sorry, we could extend that a little bit higher up into 178664. Okay, so yeah, this is really driven by Brexit. So the pound at the moment is driven by Brexit, and be very cautious of selling the pound right now, because anything could happen. But if you just look at what noise is in the market at the moment, everything favors pound strength right now. So be cautious, but I think I just want confirmation before stepping in long pound right now, and I don't see any confirmation just yet. There's a start brewing here, but it's still not enough to convince me. So I'd want to see move up, hold, come back, hold this level properly at 176907. Then I'd be looking for longs into these two levels here. That's 178211, alternatively 178664. Okay, if that plays out, then that does give confirmation for a trend reversal that is brewing. Obviously, I'd be looking for that on the 8 hour. And it does make sense, consolidates, and then parabolic down to a previous low here. You can see that, reject that previous low, and now coming back. So, often price does that. You're sort of trending down, and all of a sudden has these sharp moves down to a level. And then we tend to consolidate and bounce off that before a trend reversal. But on the 8 hour trend is still down, so I'd still be watching these two areas up here. Okay, so nothing much really on Forex today. It's a lot of ups and downs at the moment. And I suppose we are going into the close of the year as well, so people are really tired and had a rough year trading. A lot of people, some people have made it, some people haven't. But I think a lot of people are very cautious at the moment, and I think that's what you're seeing on the Forex market right now. Anyway, we'll continue to watch it, see if there's something that brews and get us some entries. But at this stage, I think my advice is just sit patiently and wait for the breakouts before doing any trades. Anyway, hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.